Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Miles Morales Spider-Man, issue number 6. This was a pretty cool issue. There was a couple of little things in here that were a little bit like, wait, what? But I'm okay with it. Anyway, let's get started on this book and get right to it. We got Saladin Ahmed and Javier Garren are the storytellers. The former is the writer, the latter is the artist. And David Curiel on colors. VC's Corey Petit doing the letters. Marco D'Alfonso does the cover art, and the Battle Lines variant cover is Yoon Lee. And of course, the original Spider-Man was created by Stan Lee with Steve Ditko. All right, so there's this chick, Starling. Her first appearance was in the previous issue. Her first full appearance, and I don't know about her origin story, but a good portion of her origin story and her real name, her identity, her heritage is all explained in this one. I'm going to give that a little bit later on. So Tombstone killed one of her friends, and now she wants to kill Tombstone, and she's rough. She's rough. She's got that straight up vigilante Punisher type motif about her. Actually, you know what? Saying Punisher is a bit too far. Let's say Batman. She's the type who will fly somebody up in the air asking them a question. You sure you don't want to give me the answer? Okay, drops them. And then she'll fly down and pick them up, I guess. She's not exactly killing these people, but she's breaking their legs in a way that it'll never heal properly again. She's tearing up people's faces to pulp so they'll never look the same again. I mean, she's hurting people. Therefore she's potentially causing some brain damage. She's mad. She's jacking people up. And she's from Detroit. And this is one of those kind of cases where it's like, okay, so is everybody from Detroit really bad and mean and stuff? Because that's a bit much. I don't know, man. Anyway, I gotta be entirely honest. Yeah, there's a bunch of villains that I would beat the living crap out of if I had superpowers. Forget about it. You know what I'm saying? Forget about it. That being said, yeah, she's too quick to attack. She went and attacked Spider-Man. It's like, you're in a costume. That means you probably work for him. And you're one of his, higher echelon guys. So tell me where Tombstone is. I don't know where Tombstone is. Wrong answer. So she, does this thing to fly around him and hits him straight in the back and flies him right up into the sky. Tell him I'm going to drop you now. And she actually does. Sorry, I like the art on this. Everything about this comic book is beautiful. I gotta be honest though, man. Hitting somebody in the back, if you're not Spider-Man and super bendy flexy, Mr. Fantastic, she just snapped your back. Your back is now broken. Forget it. You're in traction. Rest of your life. Nobody heals. I mean, to get hit like that, you could see the force and everything, man. Maybe there's one of those things where it's like Ant-Man, where he didn't, it wasn't written that he knocks her on her butt, but it was drawn like he just, hauled off and walloped her. I don't know, but this is the kind of hit that breaks people's backs. That's not cool, man. On a suspicion, dude. So she's that excessive violence type. Okay, who is she really? She's actually, this is where all the spoilers are. She's actually Adrian Toomes' granddaughter. Triana, I think her name is. It's way in the back here. But yeah, so granddaughter of the Vulture. That's pretty sick. Yep, Tiana Toomes. They explain how that's the case and whatnot, and it's whatever, because yeah, she's black. It's cool. It's actually really cool. I dig this. I like this. This was a fun comic book. I enjoyed the hell out of this. The language, it feels like these guys are actually from places like Brooklyn, places like Detroit. I don't know how old Saladin Ahmed is, and to be honest, I live up in Canada now. I don't know how kids talk back in the big cities and whatnot. I know in Toronto they don't talk like that, but I don't know. Do people still say snap in Brooklyn? Do people still say things like "oh snap"? In I don't know, Detroit. What did she say that was interesting from Detroit? I forget. Anyways, Miles at one point it's like, "Oh, you're from the D." I don't know if I know that, like, Chi-Town and Chirac is a nickname for Chicago. I don't know if Detroit actually has a name like the D. If it is, it is. But like where I come from, the D is something entirely different. Like that's like you talking to a girl. It's like, "What's up, girl? I know you need that D, right?" Back when sexual harassment didn't have any definitive terms. But like the D means something different where I come from. So Curiouser and Courier, if you don't mind me quoting Hank McCoy. I like this comic book despite that. She is hardline. She is tough as nails. If she's related to the Vulture, he built her this suit and all that stuff. I'm imagining he trained her a little bit because it looks like it. I mean, she's got moves. You know what I'm saying? Like those moves like Jagger. If Mick Jagger could fly and stuff. But she's badass. I like it. Is she going to be another Batman type character? I would like to see another Batman type character in the Marvel Universe, particularly one that could fly. I dig her. Could she be a better fit for Miles? Maybe. You know what I see? I see Starling being Miles's Black Cat. That's what I see. So much like Peter Parker was with MJ, but Black Cat was kind of like his side piece in a way. Starling could be that for him. Starling could be the one that, and that's the thing, it's written differently enough that she actually wants to know who he is under the mask. She actually wants to know what his real name is and stuff like that. So very different from Black Cat in that regard, but this is that hero that he's down with. Like, she's really cool, and I feel like there's a fish in my pants every time she's close by. Garth from Wayne and Garth and Wayne's World. Anyway, yeah, I'm liking this character so far. And Javier Garren, props, man. I hope that she's drawn to be 18 or over, because this girl's got a freaking booty for 1.5 miles. So, see, I'm in Canada, so 2 kilometers, because wow. like right now, the way that she was drawn in this comic book, she's a straight contender for freaking Rogue, man. Wow. And I dig the costume design. I like that everybody, and I don't know about everybody, but I like that she's got the visor over her face. It seems like lately, I don't know how long it's been like this, but lately, that's the way you're drawing people, or even making toys of people with the face mask and when it's like, oh, they're flying up in the air. Adrian Toomes never had something like that. Then after a while, he had a full, helmet thing. Pretty soon, they started making everybody, the toys, the character, everything, with that particular facial design where, it comes to a point at the end. Or, excuse me, at the bottom. It's cool. I kind of dig it. Is it actually effective? Who cares? It's a cool design. And if they're consistent in the Marvel Comics, if they're consistent in the comic books, period, with that particular design, well, then guess what? All of a sudden, it somehow becomes aerodynamically effective. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I can breathe as long as my face shield is down. It doesn't make any sense. Shh, it's a comic book, and all the comic books do it, even if it's just Marvel. So suddenly, that's how you avoid wind, and, you're able to breathe. So, good comic book. All right, at the end of the day, good comic book. That's not what the D means where I come from, and she got a big booty. Okay, Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.